Thank you for stopping by Ballistic BBQ. On today's video, I'm going to be cooking up a Wagyu Tri Tip on the Big Green Egg Mini Max. I just bought this thing. Let's get going. So I have kind of an impulsive personality, and I don't even know what triggered it, but I got a bug up the old wazoo that made me want to buy a small Kamado. And initially what I did, my mindset was it'd be fun to throw it in the Jeep, take it to the desert. You know, I'd have a Kamado to cook on in the desert. Initially I ordered a Kamado Joe Jr. They were on back order. I didn't want to wait till like February or whenever they were going to come out. So I called up a local barbecue shop and I bought the Big Green Egg Mini Max. Wasn't cheap, so now I'm having that kind of buyer's remorse kind of a thing going on, and I'm hoping this video or this cook will kind of put me at ease a little bit. It is cool. My wife thinks it's cute, so I kind of won her over there. I have not cooked on this yet, but I've owned a total, not counting this, of 6 ceramics, 6 Kamados, so I'm not concerned. My experience is they all kind of behave the same with, you know, their own slight little personality differences that you figure out. So we're going to do a reverse sear with a Wagyu Tri Tip. So let's light this up. So I had the firebox full up to this first line here with lump charcoal. Going to use a little fire starter in here. Hoping I have enough fuel left in this little torch. We want to make sure that this lower damper is fully open. Little grate here that simply prevents, you know, the embers from falling through. I'm going to open that up. There's not going to be any embers falling through right now. I'm just going to leave the lid open, let this kind of establish itself. Now that that fire starter is good and lit, I'm just going to take a piece of lumping. I don't want to smother it or anything, but kind of put it over the top so the flame's burning up into it. So while we're waiting for the lump to get going, let's go ahead and season up that Tri Tip. So here, check this thing out. It's gorgeous, a lot of marbling on here. And I'm all over the place on this video. I'm using, this is the steakhouse seasoning from Blackstone Griddle. Got this when I got my Blackstone. But it has a lot of good stuff in it. It'll go good with a Tri Tip. Look at that marbling. Beautiful. So I'm just going to allow the Tri Tip to set, rest, kind of sweat through the seasoning blend while the lump charcoal in this little guy ignites. All right, as you can see, it's burning now. I mean, we've got white coal all over the place, so I'm just going to kind of spread it around a little bit. Not a lot, just more, kind of even it out a bit. Now we are starting out low and slow. Again, we're doing a reverse sear. I'm going to put a little bit of wood in here. I'm not going berserk. It's a very small cooker, so just using some small chunks of wood, basically. The old plate setter, which is Big Green Egg's fancy word for a heat deflector. Put this in. I'm going to throw in a little pie tin, just a little drip plate. I already know, I mean, again, I've got a lot of Kamados. I'll stop doing this pretty quickly and just let this thing get dirty, I guess. All right. I'm going to crack open the top vent just a little bit. And I'm going to close this about a finger's width, at least my finger's width. And now I'm just going to monitor the temperature gauge. We're looking for about 250 for this initial portion of the cook. All right, we're at 250 right now. Here is what the top damper looks like, and here's what the bottom damper looks like. So it didn't take too long to get it up to my target temp. It's a little cold outside for us right now. I mean, it's still kind of the morning, and it's 49 degrees. When I lit this, it was like 47 degrees Fahrenheit outside. If you're thinking about buying a ceramic, a Kamado, or you have one and you're new to it, you're trying to figure things out, best piece of advice when it comes to dialing in your temperatures is don't be in a hurry. Just patience is a virtue when it comes to this. Come in low. Always try to come in low. I mean, millimeters will affect your temperature range dramatically, and the last thing you want to do is go past your target temperature, especially, you know, significantly, because these things are so efficient. These ceramic cookers are so efficient. They saturate with heat. It takes forever to cool them down. So if you're going to err on the low side. Just, again, little teeny adjustments on the top and bottom damper will usually do it. Let's go ahead and get this tri-tip on board. And again, if you're new, you just kind of want to, they call it burp, just kind of hold it open a little bit. You can see the smoke is definitely thinned out, which is good. Rock the old ThermoWorks smoke here. I'm going to get it into the side just simply because I want to be able to flip this. So now what I'm going to do is just monitor the temperature gauge here. I had that lid open, all that fresh air was rushing in, feeding that lump charcoal, and I want to make sure that we don't pass my 250 degree target. Other than that, temperature of this tri-tip, once it hits 85 degrees, I'm going to flip it. Once it hits 120 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm going to pull it. We'll get that plate setter removed, get this thing charged up and ready to sear. See you guys in a bit. About 15 minutes into this cook, and we just hit that 85 degree mark. So I'm going to flip this guy. So the little big green egg has been running like a champ. 250, I haven't had to make one damper adjustment since you guys last saw me. So very pleased about that. It's a Kamado, that's what they do. Next thing I'm going to do is allow the tri-tip to hit 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I'm going to pull it while it rests. We're going to get this bad little guy cranked up to some searing temps. All right, the tri-tip has just hit 120 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to pull this thing. So what I'm going to do now is take the tri-tip inside the house, tin it with some foil, let it rest, and I'm going to remove that plate setter, open up the dampers, and crank this thing up. All right, this thing is blazing. Let's go ahead and sear up this tri-tip. So we're going to go for 1 minute on this first flip. There we go. Going to allow this tri-tip to rest a bit, then we're all going to have a try. All right, and here we are, all rested. Beautiful. The smell. I mean, I can definitely smell that hickory smell. So grains on this tri-tip run this way on the long portion and then this way on this shorter portion. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it like this. So yeah, medium rare. And here we are. Beautiful, beautiful Wagyu tri-tip. This is my lunch. How cool is that? Very tender. So this tri-tip is fantastic. I mean, This Wagyu, I think this is like the second or third time I've had Wagyu. This is probably one of the better Wagyu Tri Tips I've ever had. Wow. So I was kind of talking about, again, my second guessing this purchase at the beginning of the video. That second guessing is going away. I'm happy with this. This thing, again, this is the first time I've ever cooked on a small, like scaled down Kamado, and it wasn't really any different than cooking on a large one. I mean, obviously you're not going to be able to put it, you know, a whole packer brisket on here, but wow, this is fantastic. And for doing those small cooks, you know, for my family, this thing will be great. Again, I'm picturing out in the desert cooking on this thing. Wow. This rub, by the way, for the record, this video is not sponsored by anyone but me. This Blackstone rub, this steakhouse rub, I approve. Good stuff. Anybody from San Diego, really good barbecue and grill shops are a little bit tough to find. And this place, I stumbled upon it. I mean, I was just literally Googling Big Green Egg Mini Max near me. And this place pops up and it was called Hot Sauce and More. They delivered it. It was like literally a small family owned business. The owner and his son delivered this thing in my house. And we were talking and he was telling me the brands of barbecues that they carry. I mean, I'm talking like obviously Big Green Egg, Yoder, Old Hickory, and he's a serious guy. I mean, he's a competitive barbecue guy. And I was asking him why the name, because I would never have known that they were a barbecue shop had I not been, again, trying to find this. And he told me he's going to change the name. Off the top of my head, I don't know what the name is going to be yet. But again, if you're in San Diego or in the area and you want to check out a place, you know, to do some barbecue shopping or whatever, I'll have a link down below and also post it in, I'll pin it in the comments. But really nice guys. I plan on doing more business. They're in Chula Vista. So like, you know, it's, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes away from where I live, but this is good. Thank you for stopping by. If you're not subscribed, please do. Make sure you ring that notification bell. And if you liked the video, and I really hope you did, thumb it up. It helps grow my channel. I'm trying to grow my channel. See you in the next video. Cheers.